Hi everyone, my name is G. Fletcher and I'm a pro-8 in Australia. I've been with LifeVantage now for the past just over 4 years, and I do this business full time and absolutely love it. Have seen many lives changed in the last 4 years, and I hope tonight you're going to enjoy and learn from Dr. Craig Walsham. I have the honor of getting to know Craig in the last 6 months, and Craig is a functional medicine doctor, and he saw pro tandem, and because he had worked with nutrigenomics for the last few years, he was really excited when he actually saw the studies and saw everything about LifeVantage, and that it had literally, the first night that he met us, it hadn't even officially opened in New Zealand. So welcome, Dr. Craig Walsham.
Thanks, G.
So yes, I'll pass it over to you.
Well, hi everyone. Welcome to people in New Zealand and Australia. As G says, my name's Dr. Craig Walsham. I guess my journey started with nutrigenomics some years ago when I had a heart attack. So just very briefly, I was a coronary care nurse, retrained as a chiropractor, and then at the age of 42, approximately about 9 years ago, suffered a heart attack, and the subsequent medical intervention and placement of stents unfortunately just about took my life. Being a coronary care nurse, I knew that I couldn't rely on drugs to get me well and normal cardiac rehab, and my prognosis was particularly poor. And so I set about working out how I could actually rebuild my health and try and prevent myself from having another heart attack. So that was how I started on the road of nutrigenomics. Okay, so with regards to the products, we just want to make it really, really clear that everyone's results will vary. We want to make it clear that we're not trying to say that you can make $1 million in the first week or anything like that. This is not a bikini sales multi-level marketing adventure. And we operate, under strict rules and disclosure stuff. So 4 key components: products and science, compensation, timing, and a system. So LifeVantage began its journey with a lab with a single quest. And that was around declining health. And basically the question is, as we get older, do we simply have to accept declining health as a part of our future with getting older? So one of the first discoveries that was made is that our genes contain incredible abilities to keep our bodies healthy. Our bodies are basically self-regulating. Decades later, we discovered a way to activate those abilities, the NRF2 pathway. And in 2003, our company was formed. So the company's continued to do research and started selling products in 2003. And it really became prominent with the ABC primetime investigation report, where they ran headlines like a true breakthrough in science, and that created quite a flurry from the media and a lot of attention in 2005. So then some universities got involved and offered to do research on the product. There was a number of universities that did studies, and basically the results that they found, while on different factors were really quite incredible. And that's actually what grabbed me as a functional medicine practitioner, because I've been using other products like sulforaphane that are NRF2 stimulators, but none of the products that I use in my practice had the level of research around a single product that our products, NRF2 Protandim, has. There is simply not a product on my shelf that has the research that this product has. I actually want to take a photo of all the products that I've got on my shelf and show you all, because if you saw how many products I had on my shelf, then you'd kind of realize the impact of what I'm saying. So it's a fantastic product, this stuff. So 2009, LifeVantage was formed, and they switched from a retail model to a network marketing model. I have to admit, initially when I first found this out, that was my first kind of disappointment. As I studied some more and studied the system and talked to people like G, I actually started to see, hey, this has actually got real benefits, not just for practitioners like me, but maybe for a whole lot of other people who didn't have the health qualifications that I had. So this product began using activation to address theories of health decline. So this is quite different from other vitamins that people may have taken in the past. In fact, this product is very, very unique in the way that it activates the NRF2 pathway. So what does it deal with? Well, it deals with oxidative stress. The body constantly is exposed to, and in fact creates its own oxidative stress. And the body has an ability to combat its own oxidative stress, and that is through a pathway called the NRF2 pathway. There are various things that create oxidative stress, and oxidative stress affects every cell in the body. So it's a fine balance, actually, in the cell. We need oxidative stress. If oxidative stress isn't actually occurring, we're probably dying. But at the same time, if we get too much oxidative stress, it will also kill us. And most of the cell's oxidative stress internally actually comes from the mitochondria. It's actually the conversion of nutrients from food that you eat getting created into ATP. So living creates oxidative stress. And this is fascinating because, like I say, the more research you read, the more you realize that just everything that you're exposed to can create oxidative stress. Even just breathing, for goodness sake, creates oxidative stress. So this is where NRF2 comes in and is so unique, because what NRF2 does, it's a pathway, and Protandim NRF2 activates that pathway through a combination of ingredients that act synergistically to reduce oxidative stress, increases superoxide dismutase, increases catalase, increases glutathione. And glutathione is just getting talked about more and more and more in research. And so what you start to see is that a product that can increase glutathione by 300% is quite simply outstanding. So it supports the body's natural recovery of its own cells and health, supports the body's natural detox processes. And once again, there's a lot of research now around this, around the NRF2 pathway and the liver. I read something the other day that was sort of saying, oh, you know, maybe minor effects of the liver. No, in actual fact, the NRF2 pathway is huge in the liver. And other products, competitive products like sulforaphane, might have a limited effect on the liver, but in actual fact, Protandim, with the way that it works in the body, it's going to have quite a massive effect in the body. And this will explain, if you are currently a distributor and you're starting people on the product the first time, often people will get some side effects. And oftentimes people are kind of like, oh no, they've got rashes, they've got headaches, they've got this, they've got that. I just want to assure everyone that's actually a positive sign. Okay, and I've had a couple of patients who've had really quite bad reactions, and they're like, oh, I can't take this, I can't take this. And I've said to them, no, 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 no. This actually shows us the exact opposite. Okay, the people that you don't get much reaction from, that's a little disappointing. But I want to reassure you, because this is something that happens to distributors, is you get that patient, maybe you just become a distributor, and in your first 5 patients, you get one that reacts badly. That's actually a positive sign. This stuff is actually working. Okay, so most antioxidants, it's one-on-one, and with LifeVantage NRF2 Protandim, it creates your own antioxidants within the body, millions of them per second, and so that is incredibly powerful. Yeah, let's have a look at this. Yeah, so when we compare it to just so many other things, Protandim is just quite simply standout. And that's why I love it as a functional medicine practitioner. Because of the research, then I tried it and got the results. And I have seen results with my patients through functional tests that I haven't been able to achieve using multiple other products and lifestyle interventions. So this is what really has driven me as a functional medicine practitioner to make this a key part of the programs that I use with people. But more than that, I'm using it with my everyday regular chiropractic patients because it just has such wide-ranging beneficial effects. And I can see those effects in blood results, and I can see them when we use a machine called a Spigmacore, which measures artery stiffness and things. So this is just a standout product. Yeah, the peer-reviewed studies. I mean, once again, I get a buzz. I've been reading stuff all day. I've read most of these a number of times now, and it just continues to get me excited. In fact, as a distributor, if I have a bad day or something doesn't quite go my way and I start reading the research, I just get excited again, which the likes of G and Trish will be able to tell you when I ring them and say, hey, I've found out this, isn't this cool? So lots of universities in America have done study. One of the big studies that I love is the American Heart Association actually, recommends the effects that Protandim NRF2 has on your arteries and veins. So this is really powerful stuff for a practitioner like myself. So NRF2 is likely to be the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. NRF2 may become the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. Washington State University. When I read that, I simply pushed back off my chair that's got wheels on and just went, wow, that's a big call. So mitochondrial decline, it happens for all of us. Just reading a paper about this today, a massively long paper, really interesting stuff. But basically, there's a lot of disease processes, aging processes that they believe links back to the mitochondrial decline, the effect that reactive oxygen species has on the mitochondria, and Protandim, LifeVantage has some products that can deal with that, helps the mitochondria to rejuvenate, helps the mitochondria to die when it's appropriate, and then brings on new stuff. So that product's called NRF1. I love NRF1. If you are a current LifeVantage distributor, I would really encourage you to start your people on both products because these two do very much work synergistically. The research shows that they do have some overlap, but they actually have very distinct roles. So very quickly and short, NRF1 basically deals with regular ongoing stress. NRF2 deals with, if you like, shock stress or one-off stress that the cell can't deal with. So combining the two, amazing results. There they are. Boom. G, we're over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Walsham. I really enjoyed listening to you. I haven't really been on with you before, so thank you for that. It's great hearing, I love these people that dive into these papers. I look at the papers, I see that the science is there, but then I go to somebody like Craig and say, okay, explain this to me. So, hi everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is G. Fletcher. I'm just now going to be talking about a few of our other products and then a little bit about the business. So LifeVantage, our products are basically, as what Dr. Craig spoke on, are activated, our nutrigenomics products. And then we have a nutritional product, our ProBio. And the True Science range is across the skincare and the hair care. Now, both of these act on the NRF2 pathway again. So there is a 4-step process with the skincare, starting with the facial cleanser, a perfecting lotion, which is a bit like a skin, a serum / toner. And then you have a beautiful eye serum and an anti-aging cream. Now, we often call the anti-aging cream a healing cream as well, because that was one of the first properties that the two things that the company literally started with was NRF2 and the number 4, the anti-aging cream. And then they added on the range. So this all works on the NRF2 pathway on our skin. So it goes 5 levels deep into the dermal. So now we're working from the inside out and the outside in with our skincare. And this doesn't have any formaldehydes, none of the nasties that may be in certain skincare range. This is all natural, beautiful. It's not greasy. I even had a girl saying to me today, gosh, this is the best skincare I've ever used, and I have used some really expensive skincare in my time. She said, I literally can't get enough of this skincare, and I've been using it for 4 years and I love it. And the True Science, the hair care, came out just a year and a half ago. And again, the scalp serum has won an award that I'm going to go through, but it won a Stevia award for scalp serum, which again activates the NRF2 pathway, but now in the follicles of our hair, and it improves the healthiness of your hair, the texture, the just the strength of your hair as well. I find people that have got fine hair find that it conditions really well and just becomes kind of thicker. So great range of products, again, all natural. And I would encourage you, like, I find it great value for money as well. Your hair doesn't go greasy or anything like that. So I'm just going to touch on the ProBio and what makes our one different, because there's so many ProBios out there. So our ProBio has 6 strains that are all clinically tested, but the big difference is this DR cap. Now, what does a DR cap mean? It basically means that it has a slow releasing capsule. So rather than taking 7 minutes, which normally happens with a probiotic, into the stomach acids, it just can't withstand the acid that it disintegrates. Well, with our product, it gets through for 52 minutes it lasts. So this gives it enough time to get into the intestines, which is where we actually want the ProBio going, so it can keep on working and healing our gut. As we all know, and science is saying this now, that our second brain is in our gut. So you will find a lot of times that people will say, well, what's happening in your gut? Or they'll test you, especially naturopaths, they will test your gut to see what's going on with your health. It also contains a beta glucan, which is really important as an immune system. It improves your immune system. And then it's in this desiccant packaging, which just means that it doesn't have to be refrigerated. You can carry it anywhere with you. And I know my husband has been using ProBios for years, and mine was delayed the last week. And he was like, I don't even want one of them shop ones. Like, this is the best I've ever had. So it arrived today. So I was very pleased about that. So this is the activated essentials that we often talk about as one of the pillars. So this is a trio that you could start with. which, works on the gut, and the dual synergizer, the NRF1 and 2. Otherwise, you would go down to the dual synergizer. Otherwise, you would go down to the blue bottle. So it's all different things that we all work together. So, okay. So this is our shop that we all end up having when we become a distributor, or if you decided you wanted to order, you would end up getting a shop like this. Now, in this day and age, it is so easy. You literally just shop online and check out, and all the products get delivered to you. So this is what we all do. As Dr. Craig said, he was not interested in network marketing. It wasn't a business model that he had actually looked at. For me, being a traditional business owner for over 20 years, I was very busy, and I actually said no to this. But then I saw the power of duplication, and I saw the power of network marketing, of not having the stock, a building, staff, all the legality and everything like that, that's all taken care of it for you with the company. So when I got my head around it, I was like, okay, I can actually help so many people create an extra income in their home. They don't need to outlay hundreds of thousands of dollars like we did to have a second business. They just, so it's a playing field from the stay-at-home mom to the person in their a high-level executive who wants maybe time freedom, to somebody maybe in their 60s and 70s that would still like to earn an income. I love that it is a playing field for everyone. And we always say you get in where you fit in. So there's different packs, and not normal when you actually buy a business that you would get more product, more value than what you're actually spending on buying the pack. So, for me, it was a no-brainer when I actually saw this, having been in traditional business. The other thing is, we are now even doing daily pay. So when someone comes on and you have a customer or a distributor that would maybe sign up with you, the company has just brought in this week daily pay, which means in 3 business days, you actually get paid for that person having come on. Now, this is the first company that I know that has done this. The other way that we actually get paid is getting paid monthly. Now, I've been in the business for over 4 years, and I'm still getting paid a small amount of money for people that have been literally with me for the last 4 years. And this is a residual income that the company creates for you. And as you grow and as your team grows, you just get a small amount from everyone. And this is the legacy income that we talk about. This is something that can be willed to your family and to your kids that can go on for generations to come. So if you have a look here, because we are NASDAQ listed, you can actually find this if you even Google and put in income disclosure statement for LifeVantage. You will find this. So what I love is the company actually got some of the Pro 10s together and said, okay, we want to create a very fair payment system. So they were very much involved in creating this plan. And what they wanted was that where the most money is where the average is. So they wanted, the mom that was maybe doing this part-time, that she would be able to, you can see here a Pro 3 earn around $626 residually. Now, that can pay off, a residual bill. It could pay off, your insurance or your car loan. Then, you look at a Pro 5, which is over $3,000. Now you're starting to pay off your mortgage. So I love seeing residual money come in, paying off residual bills. It just means that you've got more wages that you can have. And then it starts really getting into life-changing money. I'm an Elite Pro 8. As I say, I've been with the company over 4 years. And I always say to everyone, you've got to commit. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. We never claim that. This is something that you need to work at for the next 3 to 5 years. And I am proof, and I've seen where the company's going. that this can happen for everyone. So it's really just the perfect meld of working from home or working anywhere. I often work from the beach, social sharing, virtual office. We just can work from here. You can work from, the park. You can work from a friend's place. You can work when you're on holidays. It actually doesn't matter because you've no inventory requirements, no assets. You just have a personal online store. So what about the timing? Why LifeVantage and why now? Well, most of Australia, New Zealand and Europe have actually yet to actually discover anything about LifeVantage. In the last 8 years, 60% increase in the wellness and sales. And you can see here, this is from the Direct Selling Association. And then I would really encourage you to go to pubmed.gov, pubmed.gov, and have a look at some of these oxidative stress studies that have come out. You will see a huge incline that has happened in the last few years, that now we have over 220,000 studies that are currently in PubMed just on oxidative stress. So why LifeVantage? Well, our CEO, Darren Jensen, was named Direct Selling Association Board of Directors. We opened in Spain last year. We won 3 times running the best place to work. Ireland opened last year. Erin Brockovich from Julia Roberts, she ended up joining on our board of directors. There, I was talking to you earlier about the best new product for our hair care. We won it. And then we opened in Belgium the Russell 3000 Index. Go and do a little bit of research about this. This is a very prestigious index to be invited into. And I also say to people, we're on the NASDAQ. We've had some great fiscal quarters, and we have got like BlackRock Technologies, some leading fund advisors that have bought quite a lot of our shares. And normally they kind of get into companies before everyone else knows about it. So they have, they've got quite a substantial amount of our shares as well. And then we opened up in New Zealand on the 12th of November. And then we've had record sales. And this was something that was a big moment for LifeVantage. We were asked to ring the bell at NASDAQ for the health and wellness. So every month in January, every year, they have health and wellness. They pick a company that's up and coming in that area. And they asked LifeVantage, would they actually ring the bell? So you can see here we were in New York. And we're also one of the main sponsors for Real Salt Lake City as well. You can see here all the countries that we're opening. We're not open in that many. We are going to be opening in and quite another 3, they reckon, this year. And I believe Europe, we will start to see more and more countries opening up there as well. And I love the heart of LifeVantage. We're all heart-centered people that it seems to attract. And these are all voluntary distributors who pay themselves to actually go down and build homes for Mexicans. And this happens every year around Christmas time. And they take their families down and do this, which I absolutely love. So you may be thinking, can I do this? Do I have the time? Do I know what I'm even doing? Well, yes, you do. And we hold your hand every step of the way. So we have a system. We have a 24-hour support. And, I've got teams over in Europe. I've been up the last two or three mornings, 5:15, 5:30 to do some presentations for them. I finish late at night. I'm passionate about seeing people grow their business. That's my heart. I want to see everyone succeed in this. So we help you launch. We then teach you what you need to learn, and then we lead you to succeed. And, if you get to know any of the other people in our team, you'll know that this is what we're all about. We hold regular team meetings and trainings on skill set, mindset, leadership. The amount of people that say, I think I've become a better person, a better mom, a better wife since I've been doing LifeVantage. And it's all the personal development that we get to learn. So you may be one of 3 people. You may need more information, and I would encourage you get back to the person that recommended you to come on this call. Or you might say, you know what, I've listened to Dr. Craig, I've heard his passion, I trust what he's saying, you know, about these papers. I trust that he's saying the research that is there is better than any other product that he's got on his shelves, and he has a lot. Or you might think, you know what, I want to join these people. If this has only just come out, and look, people still don't know about it in Australia, it's only just come out in New Zealand, and in Europe, Ireland, it's only been out less than a year. The UK, barely anyone knows about it. I would encourage you, you know, as a business decision, it is very, it's a really good decision to make. And if you're passionate about people and people's health, well, it's changed my life, and I've been able to impact thousands of people's lives. And that's given me the most enjoyment ever. So we would love to see you if you would like to join our team. So I'd like to thank you today for coming on. I hope you got a lot from